Hi, Democrats. It's Friday, June 9th, and it's time for the Chair's Daily Live. Happy Friday. So here we are, 6 days later, and I am just now getting around to congratulating Chief Chuck Hoskin Jr. On his reelection and Deputy Chief Brian Warner. Congratulations to the Hoskin Warner team for your reelection, and good luck to the counselors who are in runoff elections. So, wanted to start out with some really good news. The things that the Cherokee Nation is doing for not only the citizens of Cherokee Nation, but citizens of Oklahoma who live on their reservation. The new cell phone towers and the new hospitals and all of those things that benefit all of Oklahoma, we're grateful for. And so, congratulations. Also, being an OU grad, congratulations to the OU women's third consecutive title in softball. They already have the sign up in Norman, so that's really great. So, congratulations, lady softball players. Now, on to other news. So, Attorney General Gettner German joined 19 other Republican attorney generals to challenge California's truck ban, and he blames environmental activists. And so this is very interesting for me as the chair of the Oklahoma Democratic Party. As I watch this current attorney general and how he differs from our last attorney general, who was an appointment by the governor. This current attorney general seems to be more interested in doing the job of attorney general. And so folks are celebrating him and including Democrats are celebrating him and all of these things. And I celebrate the fact that he is actually trying to do the job of attorney general. I just caution us not to lose sight when he does something that we applaud, not to think that he is completely on our side, because this truck ban, that's basically about emissions, basically about making sure that we have clean air to breathe, that he is joining in, that doesn't impact Oklahoma in the way that he's misleading people to think that it does. The ban for clean energy trucks, electric trucks in California by 2035 isn't going to somehow wreck the oil and gas industry in Oklahoma. And that's what's being implied. We can do both and. We can celebrate oil and gas and be grateful for what they bring to our state, but also expand our revenue so that we're not dependent on one energy source. We can be grateful for the revenue generated by oil and gas today and understand that we're also going to be a hub for electric vehicles as well, because we're in the middle of the country and we're already expanding there. And so the fact that something is scheduled to be happening in the next 12 years is something worth joining on the bandwagon with other Republican AGs under some fake guise that it's going to break Oklahoma. We just have to watch what he does and not just what he says. That's all I put out there. Moving on to another state elected official. And I hate saying his title as much as I shouldn't say his name, because I feel like I say it all the time. But the superintendent of public instruction has submitted about $30,000 in travel expense to the state of Oklahoma for one trip, and that was the trip for him to be on CPAC. That doesn't feel like him doing the job of improving the lives of school children in Oklahoma. It feels like him doing the job of promoting himself for his next political position. I don't know how appearing at CPAC improves public schools in Oklahoma, which is his job. He's always talking about vouchers, and he's always doing all of this super right MAGA stuff. His title is Superintendent of Public Instruction. What that has to do with CPAC and why we're paying $30,000 for him to be at the CPAC conference untelevised, I got questions, and I think we all should ask questions. That feels like a misuse of state funds. That feels like a campaign expense that should not be paid for by our state. But he submitted $23,000 for hotels and $7,000 for airfare to attend CPAC. I got questions. It's a different kind of scandal, different day, different kind of scandal coming out of the Republicans in our state. And we all need to be aware of it, and we all need to be asking questions. Speaking of money and questionable practices with regards to money, the governor has vetoed a bill requiring executive branch employees to file financial disclosure docs. So if you work in the executive office of the governor, you don't have to disclose like who's been paying you, where you get your money. So any questions about conflict of interest, any questions about folks bringing their own agenda into the job don't really get to be investigated. There is no transparency there. But again, that's par for the course for this governor. That's par for the course of the majority party in our state. We have been kind of involved in our state convention, but now it's time to get back involved in state politics. And right now in state politics, Stitt and Walters are doing business as usual, basically taking our state for granted and the funds for our state for granted. I got questions. I encourage you to join me in asking those questions, asking for disclosure, asking for an explanation. We're footing the bill. We should know what we're paying for. In the meantime, you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I'll be back here Monday at 4:15.